Hey guys, Supreme Arcanines here, and holy friggin' shanks! If you haven't heard, a brand new trailer for Pokemon Sun and Moon aired showcasing 7 brand new Pokemon. Not 1, not 3, 7. Their names are Tapu Koko, Drampa, Charjabug, Vikavolt, Bruxish, Cutiefly, and Togedemaru. Now of course, when I saw these Pokemon, I knew I had to make them shiny. As always, I made 3 for each. The first being what I expect, the next being what I wouldn't mind seeing, and lastly, the one I want the most. It's also rumored that Tapu Koko is just one of 4 legendary guardians, so I decided I'm gonna do all their shiny forms in one video later on. That still leaves us with 6 new Pokemon and 18 possible new shinies, so I'm gonna go through them pretty quickly. That's also the reason it took me so long to post this. Let's get into it. First up is the Gentle Dragon, Drampa. Here's the shiny I expect. Now I know my usual expectations are set pretty low, but there's a couple of different reasons that played into why I think Game Freak will actually do this. We've seen shiny dragons go green in the past, but if you look a little closer, you'll find out that this is not a coincidence. In fact, the pseudo-legendaries of generations 1, 3, and 5 are all dragons, and yup, you guessed it, their shinies are green too. So keeping this pattern in mind, a green dragon for 7th gen just sort of makes sense. Now this one I wouldn't mind seeing. Its back and belly get a few shades deeper, and its eyebrows go from gold to pink. There was no real inspiration behind this one, but being the changes aren't too drastic, I could totally see them doing this. Now here's a shiny I would easily fall in love with. Don't get me wrong, a lot of the best shinies are super bright and vibrant, but sometimes soft and subtle can be just as effective. Basically, the only changes I made was that every color got a lot softer, but I know for a fact that if I found this thing in a game, I would freak out. Next up is the Battery Bug and Grubbin's evolution, Charjabug. Here's what I expect. The green becomes a bronze and the eyes shift from blue to green. We've seen this same basic change in other bug Pokemon like Metapod, so I could totally see them doing this. Now this is the shiny I'd be okay with. The green goes lime, the eyes become a striking purple, and the pinchers turn yellow. Not only is this super different from the original, but it does a really good job of maintaining that bug type feel. I'd be good with this. Here's the shiny I'd love to see. It's pretty obvious that I'm a big fan when it comes to white shinies, and after seeing Game Freak do it with Scatterbug, it's definitely something I'd love to see again. As for the rest of the colors, I just thought they looked good. Oh yeah, and I made him into a school bus. Next up is Charjabug's evolution, Vikavolt. This is the shiny I expect to see, and I'm not excited about it. The blue turns pink and the mouth becomes a dull blue. We've seen these changes before with Pokemon like Heracross and Trapinch, and though those are both great shinies, it just does not look good here. Definitely not the right colors for this guy. This one I actually really like. The blue darkens a bit, the yellow becomes a vibrant pink, and the mouth goes from orange to lime green. The obvious inspiration for this one is Shiny Yanmega, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they did it again for this bug type. Here's the shiny I want. Once again, the blue becomes even darker, which contrasts well with the green accents. The absolute best part about it though would have to be the now white body. All in all, I feel like the colors blend really well, so this is definitely shiny I hope to see. Next up is a Pokemon with arguably the most accurate name in the dex, Cutiefly. Here's what I think they'll do. Just like we've seen with Kakuna, the yellow turns green and not too much else changes. This is definitely a safe choice, but it's most likely what we'll get. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd be pretty satisfied with this one. Though the base color only gets more saturated, it's the accent colors which makes this shiny special. Both the nose and the wings gain a burgundy tint, which when contrasted with gold makes for a super good look. Here's the one I want. The body's now purple and basically everything else becomes some form of slate blue. Go figure. I think these colors play off each other really well, and their drastic difference from the original color scheme makes them stand out even more. Number 5 is the obligatory Pikachu clone and crowd favorite, Togedemaru. Here's the shiny I could see them doing. Much like too many shinies before, the base color changes so slightly that you really have to pay attention to even notice. Aside from that, the yellow becomes orange and the brown turns red. Because there's no real pattern between all the electric rodents, I just kind of went with my gut on this one. Here's what I'd be okay with. The fur is now brown and the brown is now orange. The reason I think they might do this is because we've seen brown on Pokemon like the Dedenne and Emolga. Also, being this guy is based off a hedgehog, it just seems super possible. Here's what I want to see. The white is toned gray, which is now accented by yellow and purple. I don't know about you guys, but these colors scream electric to me, and they look super awesome together. I'd definitely be hunting this thing immediately. And last but not least, Jinx in fish form, Bruxish. I'm gonna be honest, the colors of this Pokemon are so crazy that I couldn't really base my predictions on much more than personal opinion. That and Vera Bradley patterns. Even so, for this one, I took individual color changes that Game Freak is known for and brought them together. It doesn't look terrible, but if this was the shiny, I would still be disappointed. Now here's a shiny that looks good and I can actually see happening. Aside from the purple, all the colors change pretty drastically, but somehow still stay true to the tropical feel. Sadly though, these colors don't really make this Pokemon any prettier. But don't get it twisted, when it comes to this fish, I am a fan. And lastly, here's the shiny I want for Bruxish. The yellow is now off-white, the purple shifts to blue, and the rest of the colors change a touch too. Once again, we stay true to the contrasting colors that this fish is known for, but are still able to make it look completely different. Now this was the shiny I messed with the most, but I can honestly say that what I finally came up with just gets me super excited for what this shiny will actually look like. I can't wait for these games. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this edition of my videos. I hope you enjoyed this shiny speculation. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. It's also the beginning of the month, so I'll be doing another Q&A this week, so if you guys have any questions you want me to answer, please leave them in the comments below, or send them to me on Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat with the hashtag HolyShanks. And if you're not following me on those yet, you should be, because I post a lot of updates and polls and interactive things that you guys don't get to see on YouTube. More videos are coming very soon, but until next time, this is the Supreme Arcanine signing out. I will see you guys later.